Hey folks, this is Matt from Coyote Creek Archery. Today I want to talk to you about broadheads. I know there's a lot of different broadheads out there and different styles, cut on contact and expandable mechanical type broadheads, and there's a lot of different options between weights and 2-blade, 4-blade, 3-blade. There's a lot of things where people can get confused. So I'm just going to talk about what's worked well for me and what I've had good success with. Over the past 20 plus years, I have primarily just used Magnus broadheads. The thing I like about Magnus broadheads is they're made right here in Kansas, so they're made in the USA. They're just an hour down the road from me, and they've got great customer service. They have a lifetime guarantee on all their products. So if you would ever damage one of their broadheads, contact their customer service, send it in, and they'll replace it for you, which is really outstanding and unheard of. So really like those features, but they fly great too. They resharpen easy. They fly right with my field points on a well-tuned bow, and I've just had really great success with several of the different options from Magnus. So the one that I have used the most and had the most success with is this right here. It's the 4-blade Magnus Stinger. Now this is 100 grain, but they do also have an 85 grain, 100 grain, 125 grain, and I believe they've got a 150 grain model in this as well. It has an aluminum ferrule and then a stainless steel replaceable blades. The main blade and the bleeder blade are replaceable. There's just a little screw right there that you would loosen up and comes apart very easily. So you can purchase just the replacement blades, or you can resharpen them, and also the bleeder blades. The main blades I've sharpened before with just a regular knife sharpener. There's different jigs and other ways that you can use to resharpen your blades. But have had a lot of success with these Magnus Stingers. They fly great and they've held up well. And I have heard some complaints, or seen some complaints on the web about blood trails. And I've had really good blood trails with them, and I really haven't had to follow the blood trails very far because they make a quick, clean kill, which is what I'm really after. There's also a 2-blade option. And this is a 2-blade Stinger. This is 125 grain. It's really put together the same way. It just doesn't have the bleeder blades on it. And this is what I use primarily with my traditional bows. I like it because of the angle. It's got kind of a steep angle blade. It's going to allow for easy penetration. And being a 2-blade, it's going to penetrate a little bit better. The 4-blade is going to cut a little bit wider hole, but I think it may slow the blade down a little bit. On a traditional bow, I need as much penetration as I can get. And so I really like this. I have used these in a compound as well, and I've had good success with them. They fly really well out of my compound also. One thing you'll notice, if I can get it to focus correctly, is it's sharpened on the front edges and also on the back edge here. So as the arrow is going through the deer or whatever animal you're pursuing, it's going to cut on the way in. But if that arrow was to move out as the animal was running, or just to come out naturally, it's going to be cutting coming out and going in that animal, just helping to create a bigger wound channel and hopefully to recover that animal a little bit quicker. So I like that about the Stingers. The Stingers have been really, really popular blades here in the store, and really good. Worked really well for me also. They also offer what's called their buzz cut. So this is the package here of buzz cuts, and you can see it has a serrated edge to it. So you have the option of just the standard blade like this, or also the buzz cut blade, which has serrations and is going to aid with cutting as well. So lots of options there. One that I have not used yet, but that I want to use this year, and it's been around for a while, is the Snuffer SS, and it's a 3-blade option. So if you can see that there, this is a 3-blade. It's all a solid one-piece broadhead. This is 125 grain Snuffer SS. It's a 3-blade. I have shot it with my field points, and it has a great flight again. And I just like the idea of a solid head and of a three-blade head that's going to create a little bit larger opening. I haven't had any troubles in the past with a 2-blade or a 4-blade, but by nature as a bow hunter, I think I want to try new things and be experimenting and trying to make my setup, always trying to improve and make things better. So the Snuffer is a great option for a 3-blade, and that's what I'm going to be working on trying to shoot this year. This is one of their newer options or newer broadheads from Magnus, and it's been really popular. I've had a lot of interest in this. This is the Black Hornet from Magnus, and you can see the angle of the blade is a lot shorter, a lot steeper. So compared to the Stinger, put those side by side, you can see the Stinger is a lot longer. Going to probably be a little bit more easier for penetration, especially if you're shooting a lower poundage bow. Like me, I'm 28-inch draw, 60 pounds. I am shooting a heavier arrow, about 480 grains or so, but I have had good luck with those Stingers. I don't see why I would have any problem with the Black Hornet either. This is a 4-blade, so it's got bleeder blades just like what the Stinger has on it, but you can get it in a 2-blade option as well. It's a little thicker, a little heavier blade. Again, it is sharp on front and back edges, so it's going to cut going in and both if it would happen to come out of the animal as well. So this has been really popular. I've sold a lot of these lately, and that's what a lot of people are coming in here for. And I really like the look of this head. It just is a really wicked looking head. I think it would be another great option as far as broadheads go. The other broadhead that I have used a little bit in the past, just in the last year or two, and this is not from Magnus, but this is made in the USA, and I do carry these here in my store. And this is a Slick Trick Viper Trick. And it kind of is put together in a similar way as to the Stingers. It's a 4-blade design, so it's got a larger blade, and then it has a little bit of a smaller bleeder blade. It does have kind of a washer, if you can see that there on the ferrule, where your insert's going to meet up with the ferrule to kind of lock those bleeder blades in place. They fly really well, so if you're shooting a little bit faster bow, you may want to look at this because it's a little bit smaller, a little more compact. If I hold this up here next to, let's see, this is 125 grain head, and this is 125 grain Stinger. You can see it's a lot smaller, a little more compact. So if you're shooting a faster bow, you may get a little bit better flight out of something like that. The blades don't hold up near as well as what they do on the Magnus, I've found. But they do offer replacement blades for this as well, and they're really easy to replace. But in my experience, these blades are really good for about one shot on an animal, and then I've got to replace them. They haven't held up as well as what the Magnus blades have. But these are all just cut on contact type of broadheads. It's what I prefer to use. I like to know that whatever that broadhead or whatever my arrow hits, it's going to work and do its job. I don't have to worry about it opening. Maybe if I hit a rib or if I hit shoulder blade, is it not going to do what it's supposed to do? I know that these are going to penetrate and these are going to cut no matter what. I know a lot of people have had success with mechanical broadheads, and if you have and you like them, great, keep using them if they're working for you. This is just what has worked well for me. So wanted to share that a little bit and talk about what I have used and have had good luck with. Magnus typically really makes a great product and stands behind it, so that's a lot to be said about that. And again, they're made right here. Both of these companies make their broadheads here in the USA. The Magnus is made just down the road from me, so I really like that as well. So if you have any questions or comments, you can post them down in the comments below. You can also always get a hold of me, give me a phone call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. All of my contact information is on the website, coyotecreekarchery.com. So hopefully this was a little bit helpful in helping you to decide what type of broadhead you may be wanting to use this season. And again, thanks for watching.